Hello team. What we're going to do today is we're going to have a look at Canva. All right, so Canva is a program here that you will see. It has been around a little while. It's more of a design-based program, and it has had some amazing updates of late, which we're going to get to. So firstly, we're in Canva here now, canva.com. We've connected here through the school, so we've got an education package, which is very useful, as you will see. Now, as you see quite clearly from the get-go, what it is asking you to do is to design something. So what sorts of things can you design? Well, docs, kind of like Google Docs, but fancier. Whiteboards, that's a relatively new feature. So if you want to, like you're writing on a whiteboard, it will help you design a whiteboard that looks kind of cool. Some social media posts, some videos, some print products. It'll actually help you create a website, and click on the three dots. It will also give you something else. All right, so some infographics, photo collages, desktop wallpapers, book covers, mind maps. There's a huge range, including calendars and the like, of things that can be done, including things like Google headings for your classroom, which is fantastic. All right, so how do we start? All right, so let's go back to here. You've got two options. You can either pick from templates or projects. So projects are things that you've already done. These are things you've done yourself. Templates are the ones that have been designed by other people, and they potentially will have some color and scheme and things that you might like to use, or you might like to edit them and use them for yourself. So I might do a cool presentation. In fact, let's be a bit more specific. Cool presentation on photosynthesis. Let's just imagine. All right. So what will it provide for us? Well, firstly, there are a range of options that are going to appear. All right. And this button here is called Magic Design. So what it's going to do is the AI is just going to create a whole range of possible templates that you could use. Right? So they're going to appear in there. All right? And you can always choose to use those as well, should you wish. So they'll appear in there, taking a little bit of time to arrive. But below here, here's some that are already made that you can just grab and edit. And you might like this particular one or this one, or they aren't necessarily all related to photosynthesis, but some will be. Right? But you might just like, say, this one. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I quite like that sort of graffiti style, so I'm going to star that, which means I have saved it for a future purpose, should I want to do that. All right? I can also get other information in here. I can preview the template. I can translate the template. So this enables you to translate it to any different language that you like. I say any. A number of different languages, like, say, Mandarin. So if there is a presentation that you've created that you wish to then turn into a different language, that will enable you to do it. Right. So in here, this is the view screen, so you can see the different slides and the format. You could go all the way through, checking out whether you like them or not. Right. Also below here, it will be, well, what about these options? So some more options in here. Some of them are kind of nice too. I quite like that one. I'm going to save that one for myself. And I'll save that one already. Right. And they might have animations and various things in them. Now, what you can do in here, this is produced by this person, and you might like to follow that person because then you show them that you like what they do, and they can produce more of it. It is customize this template is the next button that you click, and as it comes up, it will have a range of options within here that you can use for your presentation. So let's see what it comes up with. All right. So here the presentation is going to occur, and here the template. Here it is. And all of the things within here were created by the person that we saw. It's taken a little bit of time to arrive. You can edit any and all of it, right, making it yours. Okay. First thing I would suggest to do is to change the name of it. Here. All right, so you might want to call it something different. So I'm going to call it test Right? Why not? Okay, so in here, we might just choose to apply all the pages. Right, so they will all arrive the same way it is. Let's get out of there for a minute. It is going to suggest other templates that you could possibly use as well. Then there's over here, this on the left-hand side, you've got all of these different options in here. So this one says elements. And if we click on elements, it's going to have a search feature. First one is recently used, so ones I have used recently. It's going to have shapes, it'll have graphics, and then below here, it'll have AI art image generators, and you can create an image that it hasn't got and then add that into your presentation. You can add tables in, photos, you can even add videos, and these are all preloaded, and you can get a little preview of what is in the video, and then you can just load them in. So to put them in, say for example, I wanted to put a video in, I just click on the button here, and it will just arrive in there. All right. Oh yeah, that's kind of cool. What can I do with it? Well, I could copy the style of it, duplicate it, add another one. I could change the layer of it. If you're confident, you can move it around the page, right? Align it to the page, add comments. So say you're working on this with a team, you could then add comments with regards to what they are doing, replace the background of the video, right? Which is kind of cool. Okay, you can edit the video as well. I'm going to get rid of that. I don't want that in there. It's just to show you. So in elements in here, we can do a search, and we might choose to do cartoon student. And then they arrive. Now, I tend to prefer graphics, but there are also photos and, again, videos, which can be added in. That video is still there for some reason. Let's get rid of it. Taking the background away, not the video. So you might see, click See All. You might find a graphic that you like, and then it can arrive in. You can resize it. Right? You can edit it. There will be much. Oh, yes, you can. You can edit it. So click on the Edit button, and it will hopefully enable you to do some things here. It seems to be going a bit slow. Internet is going a bit slow. Right. So it is possible to edit the photo. And these are the things that come up. Now, this is Magic Studio. These are the ones that are using AI. So what it can do is it can remove the background to any photo that you put in there, which is a really cool feature. I do that a lot because quite a lot, you just want the person to be involved in your presentation, not all of the background. If there's something in it that you want to get rid of, you can use a magic eraser. That's a bit more difficult to use, and it tends to look a little bit clunky, but it's okay. Magic Expand, that's kind of fun. So what you do when you click on Magic Expand, add into the whole page, and you can see what happens. Now, it's got a light background, so there's nothing necessarily to see in the light background. But the AI will scan the picture and then expand it as an image to cover the whole page, which can be quite cool if you've got a small image, but you like what's in it and you want to see if it will add to that presentation, add more depth to what you're attempting to show into the presentation. Right now, it's using a bit of computing power to do this, but that is kind of fun, right, to have that magic expand. Although sometimes the AI gets it a bit wrong, and you'll see that sometimes the people won't necessarily look like people, or they'll be missing parts of their appendage. So we were on here, it has rebooted us down to here. All right. Okay, so it hasn't liked that, but that's okay. We will keep going. All right, so that is something that you can do in there. You've also got your usual tools about changing animation. You can change the color scheme. You can add your particular brand in. So we might change the color, right, to our school colors. Find one that looks okay. So elements, again, you can just type anything you like into the elements. It also has a range of options that you can just grab and put in. Same with text. You can search for fonts. You can just add a random text box. You can bring in your branded fonts into there. right? And then it will give you some options in here. So I like this one. I did this one the other day. So add that one in, and then again in here you can change it. What the word is, you can change the color, you can change the font, right? You can move it around, right? Change the size. It's a bit messy my screen now. There we go. Let's put that one in there. And this here in Magic Write, this is kind of cool because here, again, this using AI, it will continue what you've written. It will shorten what you've written. It will improve what you've written, so make it perhaps a bit more grammatically correct. It'll make it more fun. That can be a little bit interesting. More formal, can sprinkle fairy dust, or it can fix the spelling. So those are AI-based options on anything that you've written in your text. Right? You can add all of these different ones, and these can be headings, and they've been created. There's quite a lot that you can see that you can just add in and change to whatever you want them to be. Right, there's the branding section that you can add to. Now, uploads is amazing. Uploads will allow you to upload any image that you've got on your file, right, in your computer. So you can add them just manually. So wherever they are on your desktop, just put them in. Or it can come from your Google Drive, and it will search for the folder, and then you can find the image in the folder, or Dropbox if you're a Dropbox person, or any of these other approaches. So it will upload those, and also things like videos. They can be uploaded. You see, well, there's me. And you can also upload audio, and you can record yourself so that when you're doing a presentation, it might be the recording of you in the presentation that you choose to use, or you're wanting just to add a video. And again, all you do is you just click on the button for the video, and it arrives. Yeah, I did get the gender wrong on that one. Right, so other things you can do. This is a draw function in here. So it might be, if we go to a different slide, that you want to add in an extra arrow so you can draw them. It might be that you want to highlight key text. Let's highlight this guy's name. And you can do that inside the design and then produce it as a design. Now, I'm going to go through these quite quickly. All right. You can also change the color, etc. of those. These are all your projects that you've made. Down here, it's got apps. Now, Canva has connected to all of these apps, and there are a lot of them, and they keep adding more and more and more apps. These are the ones that are most popular. So, image apps, AI ones, creating avatars, which I use quite a bit. Now, it takes a little bit more time, but you can create your own digital avatar through DID or HeyGen, and then add it straight into your presentation because it's already in the Canva environment. So rather than going to the separate site, creating the avatar, then downloading it, then uploading it, it's already within the Canva environment. You do need to be careful with regards to costs and stuff with regards to some of those. Imogen and DALL-E to create images already inside Canva. And again, they do have a credit-based system. So if you run out of credits, you might get more the next month. So you just need to be aware of that. Voiceovers you can do. And again, they keep adding more and more and more image-based, but also other apps as well. Now, there's one in here that I wanted to show you very quickly. I mentioned it already. And it's this one that says translate. And in here, you can choose the language. So whichever language you're wanting to choose it to. So you might be Arabic. It might be selecting text from the current page, or it might be translating the whole thing. But if we just say selecting text from the current page. Now, the warning that I will say with this is that when you do this, you do need to be aware that it will replace all of the text. So what I tend to do is I tend to make a copy of the presentation, okay? And then have one that's translated and one that's not. That way I'm not losing the work that I've done. Right? So it's just going to translate this one page, and then you hit the translate button, and it will translate apparently this page into Arabic. Right, there it is, all done. Now I can't vouch, obviously, for the accuracy of the translations, and some of you might be able to, but that is very quick to do. Now, yes, there is a wee cost involved with it with regards to credits, and once you use up those credits, then yeah, they're going to ask you to either wait till the next month when a new lot of credits come out, or they will potentially ask you for money to upgrade. That's another option. Within the actual presentation in and of itself, you've got the options of editing photos. So let's take this photo, and I don't know if this will allow me to do it. It didn't allow me to do it just before. Yeah, it seems to go really slow when I hit the edit photo button. But as said, that will take the background out, and so you can just have the person in the image. And then here we go. So let's take the background out, see if it will work. And so the AI works to remove the background. And then as said, there we go, we just have the person. So rather than have all of that background, we've got the person, and we can shrink and expand the person as much as we like, because we might want them to be a bigger feature of the presentation. There he is, huge. All right. Without all of the additional noise from the background. Obviously, there are more design-based things about animation positions. You can change the transparency of images. You can copy the style. So if you like the color scheme of whatever it is you've got, you can just copy that all through. Now, I've called this test. So along here, there's a button that says File. So we click File, and then in here, we can choose to save to a folder. Now, I've created a lot of folders already, and you can just put them into whichever folder it is. So I'm going to put them into here, and say, or you can create new folders. You can have folders within folders, right? As you would normally. I've got a little avatar for me there. But in here, this plus button allows you to connect with other people and share the access of your presentation. So you can actually work collaboratively in teams on different presentations. Here's your present button. Now, hopefully this won't muck up what I'm doing at the moment, but in here you can present, obviously, full screen. You have got a presenter view because you can create notes, which is hidden down here. That will enable you to write extra notes about the presentation, and then you can present both the screen and the notes. You can present and record, which is a really good thing to be able to do, or just have it run as autoplay, because down in here, so you've got three buttons here that will allow you to add an additional page, duplicate the current page, delete the page, expand it to a whiteboard, so if you're wanting them to use it to draw on, but also things like just something as simple as adding transitions. I tend to like the flow transition. It tends to be my go-to one. Right. It will actually, the AI will actually give you some insights into the design as well. I think it might be going a bit further with that. Now, in the share button, right, so again, you can add people into this with regards to who can collaborate, create a collaboration link, right, so who can do it, anyone with a link or within your environment. What can you do with sharing? You can present, there's your presenting button. You can actually share it as an assignment. I haven't tried that yet. You can also share a public view link, which is useful if you're wanting people to see just the presentation. You don't want to have to present it, but you want to share the presentation. You can also, and this is quite a useful one, you can actually download the presentation, and you can download it into several different formats. So if I click on download, it will download it here as PDF. So if you want to print it out, it will download it as a movie. Right, so here, or an image, depending on what you're needing for whichever thing you're wanting to do with the presentation. So that's a very quick run through of of Canva. Now, the other cool thing with regards to Canva in this upload bit, which I didn't kind of really get to, is that you can upload anything, right? You can actually upload entire presentations. So if you've created a presentation in Google, right, so Google Slides, you can actually grab that and throw it straight in here and edit and play with it. If you've got a PDF document, you can grab that, throw it in here, and you'll be able to then manipulate it and add all of these features to it as well. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure why we're still using programs like Google Docs and Microsoft Word, because this actually could do all of those things and more. And it enables you to do the AI-based tools as well. All right, so as we saw in here, the magic right button, right? Let's make it more fun. I don't know quite how it will make it more fun, because that's just sort of Latin nonsense they put in there, but apparently it is now more fun. All right. Now, in the, if we just go out of here just for a second, if I go back to here, I can go back all the way back to Canva. It saves it by itself. Oh, there we go. Goes all the way back. We go all the way back to Canva. Okay, so these were the options, remember, that we had that we could present. In this idea of docs, so kind of like Google Docs. So this is a doc, right, which will appear here. And again, you can add templates. You can add all of those other sorts of ideas down here into this doc. But you'll notice that it's slightly different because it has this little plus button, right? So if we click on this plus button, it'll enable Magic Write, okay? So if we click on Magic Write, we can use 5 sentences. So the features of a triangle. I'm not sure why, the features of a triangle. Let's try that. And it will create it. So it will then use possibly ChatGPT, and it will come up with it. So if you're wanting to write notes about, here we go, gosh, that's quite a few features of triangles. If you're wanting to write notes, this will create them for you. You can insert them into your doc. There they are. You can edit them, change the font, change the style, add in drawings, highlightings, etc. into it, and make worksheets. So again, why would we use Google Docs? This is kind of the suggestion there. Okay, thank you very much for listening. I am available if you have questions about how to use Canva. You can email me. You can come and see me if you are here at school. I will upload this into YouTube, and then you will also be able to perhaps work on different things that you might be concerned about as well. All right, if there is anything in there that you're interested